So, Mr. Kirby, I imagine after last night, you think this family is kind of crazy.
No, I would not say that, although I am not accustomed to going out to dinner and spending the night in jail.
Well, you've got to remember, Mr. Kirby, you came on the wrong night. Now, I'll bet you tonight, nothing will happen at all. Maybe.
Mr. Vanderhoff, it was not merely last night that convinced Mrs. Kirby and myself that this engagement would be unwise.
Father, I can handle my own affairs. Alice, for the last time, will you marry me?
No, Tony. I know what your father's saying, and he's right.
No, he's not, Alice.
Alice, you love this boy, and the only reason you're not marrying him is because of the kind of people that we are.
Grandpa.
I know. You think that the two families wouldn't get along. And maybe you're right, but who's to say that they're right and we're wrong?
I didn't say that, Grandpa. I only feel
Well, what I feel is that Tony is too nice of a boy to wake up 20 years from now and have only stocks and bonds.
How's that?
Yes, mixed up and unhappy, like you are.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Vanderhoff. I am a very happy man.
Are you?
Certainly I am.
Well, then where does all that indigestion come from? Happiness? No, sir. That comes from waking up doing the same things you don't want to do every day.
I don't do anything I don't want to do.
Yes, you do. You said just last night that after a week on Wall Street, you're pretty near crazy. Why do you keep on doing it?
Why do I keep on? Well, that's my business. A man can't give up his business.
Why not? You've got all the money you need. You can't take it with you.
It's a very easy thing to say, Mr. Vanderhoff, but I've spent my entire life building up my business.
Yes, and what's it gotten you? The same mail every week, same meetings, same dinners, same indigestion. Don't you think there ought to be something more, Mr. Kirby? You must have wanted more than you started out. We haven't got much time, you know. Any of us.
What do you expect me to do? Live the way you do? Do nothing?
Well, I do have a lot of fun. I read, talk, visit the zoo every now and then, get to practice my darts. I even have enough time to realize when spring comes around, I don't see anybody I don't want to. And I don't have 6 hours every day of doing something I don't want to do, to come home to an hour of doing something that I want to do. And I haven't taken a bicarbonate of soda in 35 years. What's the matter with that?
The matter with that? Suppose we all did it. A fine world we'd have, everybody going to zoos. Don't be ridiculous, Mr. Vanderhoff. Who would do the work?
There's always people that want to work. You can't stop them. Inventions, and they fly the ocean. But those are the people that want to go down Wall Street because they like it. But, Mr. Kirby, I don't think you like it. I think you're missing something.
I am not aware of missing anything.
I wasn't either, until I quit. Used to get down to that office, 9 o'clock sharp every morning. Used to lay in bed at night and fear that I wouldn't get that contract. Used to worry about the world, too. Whether Cleveland or Blaine would get elected president. Looking back, no one really cares now. But what I'm trying to say, Mr. Kirby, is that I've had 35 years that no one can take away from me, no matter what they do to the world. See?
Yes, I do see. And it's a very dangerous philosophy, Mr. Vanderhoff. It's un-American. That is exactly why I'm opposed to this marriage. I don't want Tony to come under its influence.
What's the matter with it, Father?
Matter with it? Why, it's downright communism. That's what it is.
You didn't always think so.
I most certainly did. What are you talking about?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. You didn't always think so because there was a time that you wanted to be a trapeze artist.
What? Well, don't be an idiot, Tony.
Oh yes, you did. I came across those letters that you wrote to Grandfather. Do you remember those?
No! How dare you? How dare you read those letters?
Why, isn't that wonderful? Did you wear tights, Mr. Kirby?
Certainly not. The whole thing is absurd. I was 14 years old at the time.
Yes, but at 18 you wanted to play the saxophone, didn't you?
Tony!
And at 21 you ran away from home because Grandfather wanted you to go into the business. It's all written down there in black and white. You didn't always think so.
Well.
I may have had silly notions in my youth. Thank God my father knocked them out of me. I went into the business and forgot about them.
Not altogether, Father. There's still a saxophone in the back of your clothes closet.
There is?
It's enough, Tony. We'll discuss this later.
No, I want to talk about it now. I think Mr. Vanderhoff is right, dead right. I'm never going back to that office. I've always hated it, and I'm not going on with it. And I'll tell you something else. I didn't make a mistake last night. I brought you here on purpose.
Tony,
Well, for heaven's sake.
Because I wanted you to wake up. I wanted you to see a real family as they really were. A family that loved and understood each other. You don't understand me. You've never had the time. Well, I'm not making a mistake. I'm clearing out.
Clearing out? What do you mean?
I mean, I'm not going to be pushed into the business just because I'm your son. I'm getting out while there's still time.
Tony, what are you going to do?
I don't know. Maybe I'll be a bricklayer. But maybe I'll be doing something that I want to do.
That must be the cab.
And tell him to wait a minute.
Grandpa,
Do you mind, Alice? Mr. Kirby, I think if you listen hard enough, you can hear yourself saying the same things that you said to your father 20 years ago. We all did it, and we were right. There's only a few of them that can say they actually ever made it. So, before they clear out that closet, Mr. Kirby, get in a few good hours with that saxophone.